All right, good evening, everyone. This is Bryce Martin, lead investigator and owner of Michigan Bay Paranormal Team, and I have Mike with me.
Hey, what's up? I'm Mike. I'm one of the investigators, one of the founding members of the team. How's it going?
All right, so today, this week on our video, we're going to talk about our top 5 locations that we have investigated.
And I haven't investigated all of them, so
I haven't investigated all of them either. Actually, there's only one I haven't been on. So, in number 5, we have the Richard C. Burgess house.
the Richard C. Burgess house is one that I've been to, one we've all been to, and I think it was a very good opportunity for us to learn and grow as a team even more than we already had. And the current occupants are pretty great people. We've gotten along with them well, and we've never had a bad experience at that place.
No, we haven't, and just a little background: the Burgess house was built in the late 1800s by a man named Richard Burgess, and it was also named the Wedding Cake House, and it was passed down through a few different families before it sat vacant. And the current owners, which we are good friends with, and actually one of the owners investigated with us for a while. They're good friends with us, and they've asked us to come back time and time again, and it's been a great case, and we like it, and we investigate there every chance we can.
It's nice because it's not just the house. We have the carriage house, and we have a slaughterhouse, which we've gotten some good EVPs out of that slaughterhouse, especially.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've definitely had like just some good times just sitting in that building. And what was that? Kind of like doing some ghost adventures stuff. Oh my god, what was that?
Well, it seems like we always have some form of experience at the Burgess house, even if it's not necessarily like the craziest thing. Sometimes the night can feel dead, but we always seem to have some form of experience in one way or the other when we investigate there. So that's why, as our number 5th pick. Our number 4th pick is the Potter Street Station. This one was one that was pretty close to a lot of us. I think we all really wanted this investigation, and we worked really hard. We worked with the Preservation Society. We helped on their work days in order to get the opportunity to investigate there.
I think that was a very fun experience. It was nice to be somewhere so open, and we really didn't worry about running into each other, for once, and we could just do our own thing, as groups, two, three, however. I can't remember how many people we had in that investigation. Like probably like seven, eight, nine.
Yeah, we
people.
probably had like 7 or 8 people for sure.
It was quite a big group, and I mean, it was probably one of the more dangerous investigations we've had because of the possibility of falling through floors or maybe some hobo showing up or something like that.
I don't know about that, but the building was condemned.
Yeah.
It was in rough shape. Unfortunately, back in the late 90s, I think there was an arsonist that set fire to the building, and it's had a lot of water damage, and it's damaged to the point where it's almost beyond repair at this point.
On that note, do you remember that they told us that there was like one out building like that they like were I think they weren't gonna let us go in there anyway, but like the night before, like the roof collapsed or something.
Yeah, it was the powerhouse. Like literally the morning of, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the morning of our investigation, the powerhouse, the roof on it collapsed and brought the entire building down. We drove in and we were like, "Whoa, that was standing last time we were here."
So it's a good thing we weren't in there when that happened.
Yeah,
But that was
definitely.
yeah.
But the Powder Street station was the second largest train station in Michigan, and a lot of people, when they went off to war, that was their last glimpse of home for the rest of their lives. That was transit from mid Michigan
To hell.
to the World War II. Yeah, exactly. And they actually had a coffin maker right in the train station, which is crazy. We had numerous experiences on the investigation, and it was awesome. And unfortunately, they've closed it to paranormal investigations. But if the opportunity should arise, we would love to go back and check it out again.
I would definitely go back in a heartbeat.
The next one, the third location, or third, our third favorite, I'm sorry, is the Feliska Axe Murder House. Now, this is one that neither of us were on.
Yeah, there's not much I can say about this place because
But
I haven't been there, but it's got a cool name.
yeah, it has a cool history too. It was a house where, well, it's not a cool history. It's actually a very dark and evil history, but cool in the paranormal sense to where an entire family was killed by a person who used an axe, and I don't think they ever caught the person either.
Yeah,
And
I don't know much about it at all. This is what I'm hearing about the first time, to be honest.
And the place is said to be incredibly haunted, and it's famously haunted, as a matter of fact. And a few members of our team went down there, and I was supposed to attend, but I was unable to due to personal reasons, as well as a couple other people that were originally going, such as Mike.
Work gets in the way quite a bit.
Yep. So, but Jared and James were both there, and they said that there was some crazy activity the entire time they were there. And perhaps we'll have another one of these, and we'll have them on to explain their experiences at the ex-murder house.
That'd be nice. And that being said, shameless plug if you ever want to give us a little donation.
All right, so our second favorite haunted location that we have visited was Hillview Manor. Now, this is the one that everyone that is currently on the team, with the exception of maybe Hannah, but she's a newcomer.
Yeah.
But everyone else has been to Hillview Manor, and I think this was kind of the make or break. This was kind of what inspired Uncovering the Unseen to really come to fruition. This is where we figured we were probably ready to do something like this, because it was a giant location, 65,000 square feet that we had to cover, and we set up all our cameras, and we nailed it. We were flawless, I felt, when we investigated there.
That was one of our best investigations as a group, and for the evidence we recovered, and just for the experience overall. We got to go to a different state completely. We stayed in a nice, what was it?
The Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
It was like a cabin, like in the middle of nowhere. So just the experience overall of the whole trip was great. It was a good bonding experience for all of us, I believe. And the night overall, we got to do some pretty interesting things. Like, there's a shrine to a guy we're not even sure is dead that involved, like, some Steelers memorabilia.
Yep, we got to investigate that. We got to investigate several of the people, the workers, because a little background on Hillview Manor, it was a poor farm originally, which basically people that had nowhere to go, they would come, they would house and feed them and take care of. Yeah, they'd work the farm, and in return for housing and being fed and their medical needs and everything taken care of. And that, I believe it was a hospital for a short time as well.
Was it an asylum at one point?
I don't know if it was an asylum, but it was definitely
it was like a hospital of some kind.
Yep. And so there was obviously a large plethora of history, and
they can prove it because they have clippings of newspapers on the wall framed. So.
Yeah, and I think all of us pretty much had some sort of experience over there.
Probably.
And we caught a couple pieces of interesting evidence and some pretty good EVPs, and that was overall just one of the coolest experiences I think this team has been through as a whole. We finally all got out on an investigation, a big location together, because we had done a few others, like Feliska, like our next one that we're going to talk about. We had done all those.
About Feliska?
Yeah, I said like the next one we're going to talk about, and Feliska.
Oh.
Yep. We had done all those, but we'd never gone as the entire team, and this was the first time we really did. And like I said, that's really what set this off and started the brainstorming for what is going to be Uncovering the Unseen. And here we are now, a couple years later, almost 2 years later.
Doesn't seem like that long.
Yeah, it doesn't, no. And then
I just want to mention the people at Hillview. They were very nice, by the way, very accommodating.
Yeah, they were, and they were very knowledgeable as well.
Yeah.
They helped us out. Few honorable mentions before we get to our top one. would be the Masonic Temple in Bay City. This was very early on. I think this could easily make this list if we had the knowledge and experience that we do now when we investigated it.
Yeah, I mean, we may not like take much, stock into saying the spirit box is evidence we can use, but I myself, if we use it, had a full-on conversation with a ghost, which is pretty cool.
So the Masonic Temple is definitely one honorable mention. The Shook Hotel, which you weren't on, I don't think, either of the times. That was a really cool location. It's also a locally famous haunted place, and we also caught some cool evidence there. And then last but not least, Waverly Hills, which would make this list for sure if it was just our team, but it was a public investigation. So therefore it doesn't make the list, but if we went back with just our team, I think it could very easily top this list, if not come very close to it.
Probably. Sounds like a cool location.
And then our top location is Bobby Mackey's Music World.
Unfortunately, I don't have much to say about Bobby Mackey's because I wasn't there. Well, you guys went twice?
We've been there twice. Once with the college group and once just with our team. And let me tell you, that was a really cool location, not only for its history and its notoriety of being haunted. It has a lengthy history. It was a speakeasy and brothel back in the days. It started out as a slaughterhouse, and the property itself has a long line of history that could lead up to a haunting. And we all had some really incredible experiences. We caught some really incredible EVPs there, and we caught one possible apparition, which I will actually share with you guys at the end of this video.
Yeah, if it's a picture, I think you're gonna show. Yeah, that's a really.
Yeah, it's a video.
It's the video.
Yeah, but you've seen.
What about the picture? You took a picture, didn't you?
No, that was a different place. But yep. Okay. But Bobby Mackey's overall was an awesome location. Both times we went there. I hope we can go back, and I hope you can go with us because I think you'd really like it. And there's no demons there. I know some famous television shows may suggest otherwise, but we did everything we could to figure out if there was a demon there or not, and we never got anything.
There's no demons in most places, guys.
Yeah, there's no demons pretty much anywhere that we've investigated. I don't think we've ever had a demon.
I'd love a demon to show up, but there's no demons there.
Yeah. So, but there are some entities there for sure, and there are some intelligent entities, and they can get finicky. And that's coming from someone who I'm fairly skeptical, as you guys saw by my previous video. So, but from what we caught at Bobby Mackey's, we can determine that there probably is something there. So that's our top 5. I'm hoping you guys can send us some more cases so we can maybe add some cases to this list and maybe even do a top 10 next time. So if you know anyone who is looking for a paranormal team to come into the location, send me an email at mibayparanormal@gmail.com. Also, go ahead and give us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time.
Facebook.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook. And then until next time, I'll see you guys later.
Peace out.
Have a good night.